Alright, we are going to work on our color pencil blending, but we are going to apply it in an image, or an art piece. So I just have my piece of paper, and this is going to be more of a abstract type of image. You could choose to put something representational in here if you want, but you can also choose if you want it in portrait style or in landscape. I'm wanting to do mine in portrait style, so that's what I'm going to do. You're going to need a pencil and eraser, some color pencils, and these color pencils for this assignment particularly needs to be in a color scheme. So I chose some harmonious colors of red, orange, and purple. You could do warm colors, you could do primary colors, cool colors, warm colors, monochromatic, but you need at least 3 colors that fall into a color scheme, okay? So, anyways, how we're going to start with this, we are going to start with, if you want to do I don't have a finished example to show you or already to show you, but it's going to look like a cubism piece. You could start with like a simple silhouette of something, like maybe you want to do like a little Christmas tree, or maybe you want to do a flower, something really simple. You don't want to go too complex on this one. I want to go more non-representational for mine, so I'm just going to do simple shapes like circles, and I don't know if I'll do, it might just be circles and lines, to be honest. So I'm going to start by, if you're wanting to do a simple image, you could just start by doing that image now. Like if you want to do a flower, you just simply draw your flower or Christmas tree or whatever. I'm going I grabbed a few objects around my classroom that were the sizes of the circles I was wanting. And I'm just going to trace those. And you can do that too for what we are doing today, because the point of what we're doing is more or less color blending, not so much drawing, okay? So I'm going to arrange these in a kind of random way, overlapping some here and there. Let's see, I might do one here. You don't want to go too complex, because we're going to add some lines to sort of break this up some to give it some interest. Alright, I think I'm going to do one more. It's going to kind of, won't be completely on the page. Partially ran off. Composition, guys, is always better if you don't center it all in the middle. Okay, I think I'll call that good. So with that, I'm going to use a ruler. You also need a ruler. I didn't say that earlier. Or straight edge if you don't have a ruler. Get a folder or a binder, a book, something that just has a straight edge that you can use. So what we're going to do is we're going to break this image up with some lines. We're just going to put some random lines on our paper in whatever direction. Just let them go from edge to edge. You know, let it run off the page here and there. Let's see, I'm going to do... I try to break up some of my larger pieces, like, let's see, let's do one there like that. And we're not going to do this just a ton. Let's see. Just do it how you feel works best for your image. Oh, don't let the ruler move on you. Okay. I don't really like how that turned out kind of gritty, so I'm going to break that up some. break up some of those bigger pieces. And maybe just one more for me. Let's do a vertical line. Okay. All right. You know what? I don't like this big spot. I'm going to go ahead and do one more right there. Okay, I'm going to call that good. So we have this image that is just kind of broken up into different fragments. What we're going to do with our colored pencils is we are going to do some blending. Now you can do kind of you choose. I would say either do like maybe fade your red in one section and your orange in one section and your purple or whatever colors you're using. You can maybe do it like that, or you could do all three in one, like in each one. Maybe you go from orange to red. Like for me, I would want to go from orange to red to purple because red blends into purple. Orange and purple don't really blend into each other very well. So be aware of what would blend in well. If you're doing monochromatic, you would go probably from black to your color, fade to white. And just remember, when we're blending, we're overlapping our colors. Like if this is my color and this is my color, we want to overlap them quite a bit into each other, not just the tip, okay? That doesn't blend well. They have to really fade into one another. So I'm going to start with, let's see, I think I'll start with red right in here. And I can always go back and darken it. Don't forget. So pay attention to your edges, really good. All right. And I'm going to go fade. My colors. Remember, I fade to white. I'll go back and get my edges there. And remember to go different directions to get it to blend well. Okay. But we want it to kind of fade. Value change. We want that value change. And we want to blend. That's what this is about, okay? The drawing, not so much. That was just to give us something to be able to do. Especially since I can't get like the same handout to everybody since I've got kiddos in quarantine. So we kind of just made our own. All right. So now I have the thing about cubism is that usually that where you have a dark value, like in this section I've got my dark value here. If I were to come over into this section or this section, I would not want to meet another dark value right up against this dark value. You want the light values next to the dark value. Now you can have where they meet like at a point, you can do a dark value there. But that's kind of the trick to this, to get it to be visually appealing the way they kind of did it in Cubism, the Cubism style, which we're going to talk about more next semester. We have one of our art history lessons is over that, but that's not until like spring. But anyways, we're going to learn kind of, it's a good little lesson to do when we're working on blending and fading and stuff. So I'm going to do my purple, I think, next to my red. But I'm going to have my dark purple next to my lighter red. And then as it fades, I'll have my lighter purple over here next to my dark red. Now you can use, I had just grabbed 3 color, like 1 purple, 1 orange, and 1 red. But they make different tones of that, or you can even mix in, since white and black are neutrals, you can also layer those into your colors too. Okay. So I'm going to carry I'm paying attention to where my red fades. Okay. So as it starts to get darker on my red, I'm going to start making it lighter on my purple next to it. Again, you're going to have to go in several different directions, layering more than once to get it to blend. You can try a blending stick. It's not going to do that much for you, though. It might do a little. But also, white can be used as a blender. Don't forget that. To a point. So I'm trying to really fade that. You don't want those stopping points either. Remember, I should not be able to tell where one color ends and the next begins. Okay, but as we get farther away from that dark value in my red, I'm going to start to go a little bit back darker up here with my purple. Okay. So you can see I have strokes here that I need to blend, and I'm just going to layer it more and more and more. So it's not, those of you that think that you can't blend color pencils, it's not that you can't, it's just that you want to call it quits too soon. So I'm going to have like a medium purple kind of here. I will say the bigger spaces take a little bit more time and a little bit more effort to try to get them to blend nice and smoothly. The smaller spaces will be easier. And if you always want to go back and maybe throw in a few more straight lines to break up some of those larger spaces, you can. So we are going to work on this today and like Monday and Tuesday of this week. I can give you 2 class days. And we should be able to get it done within that time. And then you can use the remainder of the time to work on your sketchbook assignment. But I don't want this to look rushed or sloppy. Okay? But you should be able to get it done within 2 class periods. So I'm going to do this just a little bit longer just to kind of let you see it develop a little bit farther. Again, I could have done like all 3 colors in one square or one shape, and maybe I'll do that occasionally. Maybe I'll throw that in every once in a while. So I would do down here, if I was going to do, I feel like I would probably want to do another purple here, because that way I could do orange in the background. If I did orange here, purple, like it wouldn't have enough contrast. So I'm going to probably do another purple here, but in the meantime I think I'm going to do a orange here. So I'm going to want to go kind of heavier here next to my light purple, and it's okay to be dark like right there next to that. Fade. If you wanted to, you know, you could do white and black, white, black, and gray, because again, those are neutral tones. Brown is also a neutral tone. So if you add those in, you would not really be throwing off your color scheme. So if you wanted to do, like maybe I should have done, or not should have done, but I could have done purple, red, orange, and then done like black and white and gray back there. That would be acceptable too for a color scheme. So, you could also, in these larger spaces, like this background's going to be a larger space here. You can do different, you know, values. So, like maybe it goes from dark to light to dark. Like in these larger spaces, it's just about not letting the dark like two dark values butt up end to end, you want that difference in the value change on a larger side. Corners are okay. So I'll probably color this next section and then in the video, but that way you have kind of a guide on what to do. Again, make sure that your color scheme, that the colors you picked is a color scheme that we've talked about. So I might go back and, before I finish my values in my orange, I think I'll go back and add my purple here so I know where I want my other values to fall. So I got light here. I'm going to do dark purple down here too. Again, I'm going to let it get kind of transition, get it lighter down there. Okay, so this will probably give me a lighter value of purple where it's going to meet my orange. But maybe not all the way. This needs to be a light purple here. So I think what I might do is, just to give this a little bit of different look, I'm going to make, since I haven't colored this yet, I'm going to make the outside edge of my purple, except for when I get to that corner there, it'll fade to that. I'm going to keep this darker and I'm going to let it kind of fade maybe in towards the middle. And then I will have a lighter orange around that. So, anyways, keep working, and again, you're going to have 2 class periods to get this done, okay? If it looks rushed or sloppy, really poor edges, you're going to need to go back and fix that. So just do it right the first time. You'll get done a lot faster if you do, instead of having to go back and tweak it over and over because you're rushing. So, anyways, if you're at home, make sure when you get this done and you do it well, you post a picture. Well, actually, every day you need to post a picture of your progress. All right. So today I need to see a picture of what you got done, how far you got, and then tomorrow you need to post a picture of the final project. Okay. I'll see y'all later.